It's not a racing bike, but it goes fast enough to be dangerous, I'm sure. All right, Friday morning. Been on the road a full week now. Out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. 9:16 a.m. Mountain Time. 9:19 according to my phone. Gonna be in Mountain Time until I get into Oregon, which won't be today. All right, I might as well give a sit rep. 9:20 Mountain Time. Still in Idaho Falls. Heading for Mountain Home, Idaho. 215 miles. Lola's saying it's going to take 4 hours and 25 minutes. That would put me there at 1:46 p.m. I do have a hotel reservation. Get later in the day, it is supposed to get warm, 90s, 76 now. I don't think that's right. I think that's got some solar influence. I looked at the temperature. I think it's probably about 70. I don't know. Not a cloud in the sky. I currently do not feel any wind. Had some hotel breakfast. Typical hotel breakfast. Had gas recently. I got gas recently. I gassed up recently. I only have 67 miles on this tank, so I can go quite a while. I got a grand total mileage on this trip of 1,282.1 miles. I lost my micro USB charging cord. I had it in my bag here, wound up real small. I think it just fell out when I was pulling the cable in and out somewhere on the journey. But I only have one device that requires a micro USB plug, and that's my Zoleo personal rescue satellite device. And it had 75% battery in it this morning, so I'm not worried about it today. But I got to remember to look when I'm in a gas station or somewhere. What? I don't see a street name anywhere. Ooh, got a little shower there. And since I have water on my windscreen, I can clean it. That was handy. I didn't clean my windscreen because it didn't have any water. You know, I really don't want to wipe it down without any water on it. So that little sprinkler shower I got there was very handy. Two-way stop. You know what that means, don't you? That means if you fuck that up, could be a bad day for you. Alright, turning on US 20. And that road closed barrier suggests a mountain pass, but I sure don't see any mountains. There must be some condition under which they closed this road. Speed limit 70. Hey, Transalpi, appreciate you doing me good today again. I'm giving you a nice 177 degree ride here, drinking down some of that good high test gas. Yep, you're a soldier. Yes, I am talking to my motorcycle. Alright, I'm under 200 miles destination distance. I do see a mountain over there. Otherwise, pretty flat here. Be kind of brutal to go hiking out here. I got 80 degrees on the thermometer. It's in the sun, so it might be influenced a little bit by that. One lane road ahead. Friday, they're working. Probably. It's not Sunday or Saturday. How you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you?
Pretty good. Nice day for a ride. Perfect temperature.
I'm jealous of you. I wish I was on a ride right now.
Yeah.
I like your bike.
Thanks. What's going on? Just construction?
Yeah, they're just pulling up some of the old holes and stuff in the road. They're milling it, and then they're just repaving
It's like the big strip back there that I just passed. About that wide going down the middle.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah. Well, so a car comes down, then I follow him through. You said 10.
It'll flash and it'll say pilot car, follow me. It's hard to miss.
Okay.
Where are you headed?
The coast.
Okay, very nice.
Kind of wandering a little bit. Went through Yellowstone and Teton and
Very nice. So where are you from?
Seattle.
Seattle. Okay, so you're a ways away from home.
Yeah.
It's like just a little far.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Are you going for any specific reason or just for fun?
No, just for fun. Camping, I got all my gear. I can just pull off the road and find a spot and camp.
I was going to say, it doesn't look like you're stacked for a one-day trip.
No.
It's a little bit longer. Just a little though.
Yeah. So way back there was one of those arms that comes down and says road closed.
Yeah.
What would that be for?
I actually have no idea because it has nothing to do with our company. I would assume, I've noticed it this morning too, I would assume it's just because the INL is out here, like this is the road to the INL, and since it's a nuclear plant, sometimes they do testing and stuff. So I think that they probably just shut that down, like when they're doing any of their testing or any like extravagant tours or anything like that.
Well, I first thought sometimes you see those at the start of a mountain pass, but I'm looking around and like there's no mountains.
It does not look like a mountain to me.
Yeah, and then I thought maybe snow or wind. I don't know.
No, yeah, I was here yesterday and I noticed it yesterday, and I was like, I wonder if it's for like wild game, and I was like, why would it be here for wild game? And then today I was like, well, I guess it's the road to the INL because you get a lot of people that come here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're doing this, and I was like, that's probably what it is then.
Well, it's got to be something important because it could really mess your day up if you're.
Yeah, I was like very official and
Yeah.
very out of the way. So
Yeah.
when are you gonna be out of Seattle?
Well, I have the whole month of July off, so I really don't know.
Okay.
Just kind of seeing how it's going. When I get to the coast, I haven't decided if I'm going to go north or maybe south into California. I just tons of vacation time. I was able to take the whole month off.
And you were like, you know what? I might as well go out and do something fun.
Yeah, clear all that shit out of my brain and just
Yeah, exactly.
Just ride.
Just look at the road instead.
Yeah.
Sounds like more fun anyway.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I go on rides with my dad, and so that's like those kind of paths. We did Tennessee really recently, the Dragon, if you've heard of that, like little area in Tennessee. We did that pretty recently, which was really fun.
Nice. What kind of bike does he ride?
FJR.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, anytime I see someone on a bike and I'm like, they have stuff on the back, they're like camping out and doing fun stuff, I'm like, I'm so jealous of them.
Yeah, people are very polite. I don't go very fast. Like this is 70. I usually go 60, 65, but people are very polite about going around me.
Yeah.
You know, if you go below the speed limit in Seattle, they get really pissed off and come right up on your ass, flash their lights.
No,
You
I
know.
believe it. No, I was like, if you get into like Idaho Falls, like that area, people are a little bit more brutal. But once you get out to like the kind of more country stuff, people are very like, even now when I'm like passing by, I've held people for like 10, 15 minutes, they're like waving and getting excited. I'm like, you guys are so nice. What is happening?
So will that be the end there?
That would be the end there.
All right.
All free yet.
All right. What's your name?
Danielle.
Danielle, my name is Al. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. Ride safe, have fun.
All right, thank you. Take care. INL, that's that thing the gal, Flagger gal was talking about. Idaho National Laboratory. No hunting either side of the road. EBRI, Atomic Museum. Moto coming up behind. Entering Butte County. A little more mountainous off in the distance. A little mountain over there. Some mountains over there. Lola is saying that I have 3 hours and 4 minutes to go to destination, and she says I'll get there at 1:26. Which is great, gives me plenty of time. Thermometer's reading 85 degrees. It's not currently in the sun. It's probably about right, maybe 80. Just kind of feeling the air. INL entrance, 1¼ miles. It's something to do with nuclear energy. I don't know. I started reading about it last night and got distracted and never finished. Traffic control gal back there mentioned it as well. Arco International Entrance, Blackfoot. See, here's another one of those road closed arms up there. See that red and white thing right there? I was asking traffic control gal about that. She thought it had something to do with that INL place. I've only seen those on, well, I've seen them recently on at the start to a mountain pass where they will close a mountain pass because of snow. I've been able to hold a cell signal all the way so far. Kind of in the middle of BFE here. See if I can see how long I've been going. Gone 51 miles. Been moving for an hour. So yeah, I'm definitely due for a camera battery. Historical site, rest area. see if I can get her. Didn't get any advance notice of that, but something about some stuff's been going on here in the past, post-war, World War II ARCO. I don't know what that means. Record this and maybe look at it later. National Research Park, Ecosystem Reserve. Switched over to the Beach Island Music Channel. Yeah, definitely getting a little more mountainous. I don't know what mountains they are. If I can figure that out, I'll put it on the screen. I'm going to get a little gasoline in the old Transalpi. We'll get you some delicious high tests here at the Conoco. Look at that, got a little doggy in the back. Let it go around. There's a little doggy in the back of that bike. That's cool. All right, I gotta have my photo. Hello there. Cutie. That's awesome. Where are you headed?
Like somewhere between Boise and Salmon Chalice National Forest.
Oh, okay. What's your long term? Just rolling around? Yeah, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm going to try to make it to Mountain Home today.
Oh, nice.
Should be easy. It's not that far. And then out to the coast, and then I'm going to decide, do I turn left or do I turn right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you like the Transalp?
I like it. I had to put a lot into it, because it came so basic.
Yeah.
But so far so good. It's all reliable. Yeah, Honda reliability. You can't go wrong. Yeah. All right. Well, safe travels. Take care. There's a gal with a little doggy in the back. So I'm here in, I believe it's Arco, Idaho. ARCO. Just pulled in for some gas. Some Diet Pepsi. Now I'm going to finish up this Diet Pepsi and keep on trucking. Alright, got some gas, filled her up. Talked to another fellow adventure rider gal there on her CBX 500, I think it was. Appears to be going the same direction. I asked her where she was going. Couldn't quite hear what she said. She had the little dog with her in the back in a box. There's the photo. Entering Arco, it said population 995. Yeah, there's a whole lot themed around here about this atomic business. See, and there's a top of a fin of a submarine. Interesting little town. It's definitely an old town. I'm staying on this road for 44 miles. That's the Club Sawtooth. Sign said first city to be powered by atomic power. Lola's saying I got a turn in 34 miles on Queen Crown Road. Don't know what that is. Don't know if that's another Lola junket that I may end up disregarding. A total of 135 miles to go. Craters of the Moon National Monument Preserve. I gotta say, I don't really know what the Craters of the Moon National Park is. I think it might be like volcanic rock that looks like the moon or something. I don't know. I wasn't really planning on stopping, but maybe I will. Visitor center's in 5 miles. So I guess what it is, it's just a field of volcanic rock. Bit of cards only. I'm gonna turn around. Yeah, I'm not gonna go in. I'm just gonna grab a drink. Keep carrying on. Everything good? I'm gonna do a quick inspection since I didn't do one on my last stop. Okay. Alright, Craters of the Moon. I guess that does kind of look like the moon, except for the plants here and there. See what this historical site is since I'm able to stop. Wow, that's pretty. Yeah, this is some hardcore desert. I'm assuming this is all volcanic rock. But I don't know where the volcano is. Alright, less than 100 miles to go. 1 hour and 39 minutes. Sort of kind of smelling smoke in the air. I looked at the fire map this morning and it didn't look like I was going into any smoke or fire areas. Not far though. Mountain Home was not far from one. So I forgot to tell the story about my hotel room not having any hot water last night when I got there. Of course, when I get checked into the hotel room, the very first thing I want to do is shower. So I took a cold shower, which was actually pretty refreshing. And then I went down to the front desk to tell them just kind of for their own information. And of course they offered to give me a different room, and I didn't care. I didn't intend to shower again. I shower at night, not in the morning before I ride. So, but I asked her where the laundry was because I had my laundry to do, and she paid for my laundry, gave me free laundry service, and offered me anything I wanted from their little snack bar. I took a bottle of water. That is the Idaho Falls Comfort round-shaped building. The signs say Quality Inn, but I think they're in the process of changing the name to Comfort Inn. Overall, I'd give the hotel a 5 out of 10. I mean, it was fine. It was a suite, so it was spacious. Bed was comfortable. Rest area, 1 mile. I think I'll take it. Mountain Home, 83. Well, it says an hour and 20. Now, I wouldn't rule out lunch somewhere over here next 80 miles. Saw a little diner or something. I don't know how many little towns I'm going to go through. Alright, so in 20 miles we got Sinclair gas station, I'm assuming. And then it says the Country Crumb food. I don't know if it's a little diner or something. I think I might pull off and change the music and get a drink. Some place to pull off up here, maybe. Six miles to the gas station. Oh, it adjusted the distance to the Country Crumb. 5.7 miles. They were the same before, I thought. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Country Crumb. Alright, grabbed a little lunch at the Wrangler Drive-In. Did not find what I was speaking of earlier. It's an airstrip right there. Dirt airstrip. But I ended up having a mushroom Swiss burger, which was delicious. No, don't be judging me now. This is not the diet vacation. Nice little local joint there. I have give you a little sit rep. 1:34 Mountain Daylight Time. Gas is not an issue. for the rest of the day. I have 58 miles to go. So I'll probably be a little more than an hour maybe. Yeah, 57 to go. Looks like I'm coming up on Hill City on the left. I'm not sure about their use of the word city. Alright, so this is Hill City. Right here. Entering Hill City. And I think now leaving Hill City. It's like a couple farms. I don't know. Race ranch. How's it going today? You got some cold ones in there for later? All right. All right. Thanks. Have a good one. White sports car coming up behind me, hot. Porsche, I think. I'm sure I'm going way too slow for his liking. I think there's a straightaway coming up ahead here. Just be patient there, dude. I don't need to be getting anybody killed. Devil's Dive. Yep, there you go. Hit it. Yep, it was Porsche. Whoa! That was tight. I did slow down a little for him. Savory Lane Steakhouse. That's a possibility. Wingers. Saw that on the map. Restaurant and Ale House. Subway drive-thru. Oh yeah, Wingers and Ale House right there. That's me. That's me.
So I arrived at the Hampton Inn and Suites in Mountain Home. This was a brand new hotel, one that I did not expect to have any complaints about. And after all, I wasn't going to be spending much time there other than sleeping, and I'm pretty easy to please anyway. But to my surprise, I was not happy with this room. I came all this way into the Idaho desert and thought that maybe I'd have a nice window view of the desert to look at, but no, I couldn't believe they would design a room like this. The room itself was very nice, but the window view was ridiculous. I could not even see the ground. I made my way down to the front desk to see if they could trade me to another room, but since I booked it through a booking company, Orbitz, they could not change it. Dang. Oh well. As I said, I didn't really spend much time in there. But after a shower and some video file management, I headed down the street to that restaurant I saw on the way in, Wingers. That place was perfect. After a few of these, I dove into a dozen wings, which were just excellent. If you stayed with this somewhat mundane video to this point, thank you. Tomorrow, I will be crossing into Oregon, headed for Burns, Oregon. Check back for that video.